What's good, everybody? It's your boy E from It's Too Real.
What up?
What's going on?
We got two special guests. You know what I mean? We got two guys from the culture, the Toronto music scene that play their part in different ways. You know what I mean? We got Patrick Carmelo.
What's
and
good?
Macadelic.
Macadelic. Yeah.
What's going on, yo?
What's up, bro? What's up, E?
How you guys doing?
Good.
I'm pretty good.
How you doing?
No
All
complaints.
right, man. So yo, man, like I don't know who do I start first with, or like
Start with the musical guest, I guess. Yeah, he's the important
the
one.
producer?
Yeah, the producer.
What's going on, Patrick?
What's good, bro?
That's your real name, and everything? Like Patrick Carmelo. That's your
It's my middle name.
okay. All right.
He's got a
So,
secret alias, you know?
Seeker, bro.
How'd you get into this music shit? Like, what was your first like? When did you first start producing? Let me say.
I'd say like 3 years ago or 4 years ago.
2014-ish?
Yeah, like around the time like Chief Keef was popping, you know? That was like when I started.
2012. Okay.
You know?
Then, like 2012 or like.
Yeah,
That's
maybe a
what
little
you
bit
did.
later, but like around then,
Okay.
yeah.
Is Chief Keef like your influence for that?
Honestly, just like around that time, most of those guys, yeah.
Chicago scene?
Yeah, the Chicago scene was like how
It's
I really
hard
got
not to get
influenced.
involved in that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what? You always liked hip hop like when you're growing up and everything. Like what?
I like really like most music, you know? Just like whatever sounded
Okay.
good to me, like that's like what I really liked, you know?
So
No specific like
So what made you start producing? Is what I'm saying. So like, what was the? You heard Chief Keef
Oh,
and you
man.
was just like, 'cause a lot
Yeah.
of people producing is kind of hard, right? So it's like.
Yeah, honestly,
Did
like I
you
never
already play instruments
Producing
and
is
stuff like
hard.
that.
Yeah, I played some instruments. Like I played like drums growing up. Like a little bit of guitar and stuff, you know? Just like everything kind of, you know? I wasn't really like specifically good at like one thing, but like just like music in general, like I was always into that. Like my family is just like always like all of them, like most of my family is like musicians, you know? So
Okay.
that's really how.
So how'd you two link up? Like.
I was working with Robin Banks. Obviously, you guys know who Robin Banks is. We work on a That's a No-Go video. And I was just kind of giving them some ideas about like doing the photo shoot and stuff. And then one night, his manager was like, "Yo, we need some pictures." I was just getting into photography, and then he invited me to Envy Studio over at Jane and Finch, and went there. And Patrick was there. That's how we met. And since then, we took each other's numbers down, and we just started chilling. And then kind of became friends, and then it became like more business. And we were like, "Yo, man, I have lots of connections, and he's got the fucking talent." I was like, "Let's put the business and the talent together, you know, and make something happen." So I started managing him and trying to kind of shopping him out and giving him ideas on shit. I don't really want to say I'm like the perfectionist in this hip hop shit, but like I kind of know a little bit, so I was just helping him about little things like that, and yeah.
So how'd you get involved with like to even get into the Robin? Like, what's the basement? I guess you got like this.
Yeah, Basement Worldwide. So it's our blog. Me and my brother started it. We started it about a year and a half ago. We actually started another name, and then we started because like I would talk to artists. I want to shout out Aaron Fontwell right now because he helped me with the name. We were in a basement one day, and he was like, "You know what? A lot of artists like they resonate with the basement idea, like being in the basement, starting your career in like a fucking closet. You know what I mean? Like, so I was like, you know what? If we're gonna shout out underground artists, why not start it like that and have a name that everybody can kind of like relate to, right? So that's how we started the name, and we just want to build a platform for artists. So we do music videos and photography, and we do interviews and shit like that, you know, and like guys like you that like the podcast stuff. Like I fuck with you guys, and we like to shine light on guys that are just being creative in the city, you know.
That's dope. So you manage a couple guys too? You were telling me like,
Just Patrick.
Just Patrick?
Yeah, I might. There's a guy that is his name is All Me. He's a Somalian rapper, and he's got a song with Robin. And we might start managing him as like a collective, because he's just a super dope artist. And he's just been really busy and stuff, and we've been busy too. But we're gonna work on it. But Patrick's the only guy that we manage right now.
Okay. When you say we, like who's we?
Me and my brother. So me and my brother, we own the company together. We run it, and so it's kind of like we're like a label, just like an underground label right now. Do production, and we do like just artist management, and we set up different events and shoots and stuff. We did a show with Triple M, and yeah.
Show where? Where was the show at?
It was at a Remix Lounge. Yeah, it was with Sarman. Do you know Sarman?
No.
He does a lot of the shows. He just did a show with YB and Namir.
Oh, yesterday.
Yeah, that was dope. Yeah, he's a hard worker, man. I want to show to Sarman. He's dope.
Okay.
Yeah.
You mentioned All Me. Like you speak to him a lot.
Oh yeah, every day.
Do you know what was the situation with him and did he with top 5? Do you know the situation about that?
No, I don't know anything about
Like,
that.
I saw like I don't know if it was actually. I don't know if it was actual situation, but I did see on Six Buzz like
Yeah.
he might have said something about I'm better than all these guys with a cosign or something like that.
Oh,
Was it-
okay. He's like, yeah, if you're not a cosign, you're not popping or some shit.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I think he said
That's the top 5 said, right?
no, but on me was like, I'm better than all these guys with OVO cosign.
Right.
Oh, you don't know what that's about.
I don't really know too much about that, and I feel like I'm biased because Almi's my guy, you know. So
Yeah.
I don't really want to talk too much on that shit,
Okay,
you know.
I just wanted to know what that was.
Yeah. But like with the Casper thing, is I think top 5 and Casper are going at each other for like, you know, because Casper hasn't had a cosign ever.
Yeah. He's
And that
almost
guy's
no
doing
cosign.
so well for the city, man, and he hasn't had no cosign. I don't know why he hasn't got cosigned by a big artist, because you know Robin had the Meek Mill thing, Drake with the top 5 thing. Casper's gonna get cosigned by
Okay, but
somebody.
see, that's the part where like I think a lot of people get confused. What do you think a cosign is?
A shout out. You know, like
Yeah, but-
like just like a simple shout out or some shit, you know, like yo,
Like, I
check
feel
out this
like
guy's shit.
It's
you
really
know?
just a show, though. Yeah.
I feel like a lot of these guys, like you said, top 5. I think top 5. Did he really get a Drake cosign though? Like,
Was that bar really about him?
no. Okay, I'm not talking about that. See,
Right.
that's the thing. Okay, I feel like there's a difference between a shout out and a cosign. Like, I
Right.
feel like a cosign is somebody acknowledging your talent, your music. Like, oh, yo, I'm gonna show the world. Yo, this guy is pretty dope. Like showcasing you to the world. Like, I feel like that's a cosign. Like,
Yeah.
Not like a shout out or taking a picture. I feel like what Drake did, bringing those guys on tour, is a cosign. Like,
That's a
alright,
huge cosign, like
Yeah.
Pressa and Puffy
yeah,
and those
I feel
guys.
like that's a
for
cosign,
sure.
But I don't feel like taking a pic. I haven't heard Drake say anybody like top 5 per se. Like I haven't heard him say, "Yo, this is his music's hot." And this
Right,
is-
I know. I haven't heard that
No,
either.
but that's what I'm saying. So that's the difference when you say cosign. I feel like Casper hasn't got a cosign, but a lot of people in the city haven't got cosigns. You know what I mean? But
For sure.
I think
Meek
I think-
co-signed Robin.
Yeah,
What-
yeah, he goes. Yeah. You
For
can say
sure.
that, exactly. He put up his music and said he fucks with it.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
a cosign. You know, when somebody actually points you to the music.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
they're taking some of their fan base and being like, "Yo, watch this guy's shit," right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Casper. I think Casper is doing his thing. You work with him, right?
I haven't worked with him yet. You know, I got fucked up one night. He invited me to a photo shoot, and I fucking flaked, and I feel so shitty about it.
Yeah.
But I want to work with him really bad, man. He's super awesome. His music's super dope. He seems like a really good person. You know what I mean? Like, it's one of those things where when I meet a new artist, because being a blogger, like, I'm not a musician, right? Like, I don't make music, so it's not like, I fuck with your music, let's make music, right? So I have to kind of, like, feel out situations. And, like, I met a lot of guys in the city that, you know, you kind of get, like, a vibe from, you know? And Casper seems like a really good dude, so
Yeah.
I'd love to work with him. Same with K-Money, too, his brother. These guys are both dope.
I seen like on the official Uptown movement, like the page, there's a Wasi tribute coming out. You were tagged in this. Like, what's your like
Tape.
affiliation with them? Like,
So like I work with Robin's manager a lot.
Yeah.
I take pictures for them, plug them in with Patrick, come around every now and then. I help them with the 456 video. Me and
Okay.
if you guys have seen that, the Tall Twins and Berna and Who. That was shot by
Track
Del.
is fire.
Yeah, track is dope.
Track is hard, bro.
produced that?
You know what? I don't know off
No
the top of
idea.
my head who produced
idea.
it. I'm not 100% sure. I know it's in the title. If you look at the title on YouTube, it's in there, the guy who produced it. But me and Del Rosera, I kind of hooked it up. We went to Camp 30. I actually brought the guys from Jane and Finch out to the East End, like
Yeah.
past fucking Oshawa, bro. I brought them out to Bowmanville, actually. And we shot at this old war camp. And we were shooting there, and the fucking cops showed up and shit. It was fucked up. But yeah, we shot the video, man. It was great. Everybody had a good time. Video's doing good. It just hit 500,000. So if you guys haven't seen 456, go turn that up.
Patrick, I seen you was in LA recently.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's good out there? I seen you with Jay Critch actually.
Yeah.
Huge. Hey.
I linked up with one of my boys out there, Nicky Beats, and he had just like talked to Jay Critch and stuff, and he said like we can hit the session. So pulled up. Me and him actually made a beat quickly, and then we just pulled up to the studio and just like pulled up the beats, and Jay Critch just said, "Yeah, I'm just gonna hop on that," you know. But I don't know when we're gonna release it or nothing like that yet. But yeah, it was really more of like it was both business, but also like I went out there like with like one of my good friends and just like, you know, just explored like LA and
First
just,
time in
you
LA?
know, yeah.
How
First
was
time
it?
out there. It was good. It was nice.
What's the weed
know?
like?
It's good. It's good. It's good.
Uh,
Yeah.
So like, it was just one song you think Jay Critch worked on?
Yeah. But I had been sending like beats out to Jay Critch.
Yeah, before. Oh, so you actually reintroduced yourself this time? Like.
Yeah. So I just introduced myself for the first time. We just chilled and like smoked blunts and just like, had a cut a vibe in the studio.
Yeah.
And then he had just ended up using one of the beats. But like I continue to send stuff like right now, to his email and like just keep in touch.
It's you. Let's take it back a little bit. I think you produced Kevin Gates, right?
Yeah.
How did you guys link up? Like how did you even get that that placement?
Actually, like this was
like sitting in class and you go
yeah. I was in school actually at the time, like just in class and like it's on my phone, and I think I posted like I had a video in my camera roll or something. I can't remember, but I posted a video on Instagram like that day of like a beat that I was working on, just for fun to show people. But and I just went on Instagram and went on my DMs and he said like send that, right?
How did he see it? Did you ever find that out?
I have no idea. He probably just saw it like at his feed or something. Maybe I messaged him like a while back or something. He just saw it and then he replied to it.
Did you guys have like a mutual follower or something like that to even?
Yeah.
That was just random. So he just hit you.
I have really no idea actually. I actually listened to Kevin. Like I loved Kevin's music even before I started like.
You actually produced the Pride, right?
Yeah.
Was anything else? Because it's like that's from off the album, right?
Yeah, that was on the album. Yeah, that was the only one on the album. But that wasn't actually the one that he used like for the first song we did. It was like I don't know the specific name, but there's like some snippets on YouTube and stuff like that actually have like over 100,000 views just from like an Instagram snippet, Yeah. So I mean, if he released that song, like it'd be sick.
Want to hear it.
Exactly.
So from there, like. He's out now. Have you heard from him? Do you know if or have you sent placement beats to him or something? Like?
I have a song coming out. Well, usually I don't like to speak ahead of things, but it's pretty
big announcement.
Sure. Yeah.
That way.
Yeah, it's
money
big
way.
announcement. I got a song on a UFC like Xbox One PS4 game called UFC.
Oh, UFC 4, like the new game.
The new UFC 3.
Who's it? Who's
Kevin Gates.
Kevin Gates.
Yeah, it's called Applying Pressure.
Was that made like before he came out of jail or just right now, like after?
I think that he laid a verse down before he went in, but they actually wanted him to finish the song because they're gonna put it on his mixtape, right, or his album that he just dropped, and they didn't end up putting it on that, so they said we're gonna drop it as a single instead.
Yeah.
So I said all right. So then he went to jail, and then he just got out recently, and I think. Yeah, I think he's gonna release it as a single, but it's gonna be on the game for sure. Like, like someone's gonna release it. Like, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's gotta come out because if when people hear it in the game, like, it's a hard track,
Word.
So fire.
Producers are so important. Like a lot of people don't realize that. You know what I mean? Even some producers don't realize that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're like sometimes 75% of the whole track.
For sure, bro.
Yep.
How's your business as far as like when I mean that like there's a. You know the guy who produced Coco?
Yeah.
For OT Genesis, right?
Yeah. Juice 808.
Yeah, he produced that beat and he sold that beat for $200.
I actually know him.
Same with the Panda beat, eh?
No, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So that beat, that song went 3 times platinum. You know what I mean?
Crazy.
And he only sold for $20. He couldn't get no points on it. So
crazy.
It's like, how do you and other producers that are coming up, like, what is the way you guys protect yourself that obviously you want to get on and you want to get a certain artist to get on your beat?
Yeah.
But
well, since he's always entitled to his 50% publishing, right? Like as a producer, like I know a lot of people are saying like, yeah, people are selling beats for $200, right? Mm-hmm. Like, yeah, you're selling the exclusive rights away, but if that song still blows up,
no,
like,
he didn't. No, this guy didn't. No.
Yeah, he ended up getting money actually from it.
Are you sure? Because I actually seen JD actually speaking about it like last week, and JD was like, he actually signed that producer to his label, and he didn't get paid.
I believe he got a little bit of money after a while. Yeah,
I heard the guy who did the Panda beat didn't get shit either.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like,
he sold it to designer for like nothing.
So, let's say you want to get your beat out, right?
Yeah.
And you want to get it to a rapper that's established. How do you? Because you want him to get on it, but how do you protect yourself? Or how do other producers, like, how would you protect yourself as far as, all right, I want you to hop on this beat, but he's like, all right, how much it cost? You give him the price, but do you send him a contract with it? Like,
yeah, contract, yeah. I got a lawyer and stuff now, so he does that kind of stuff for me, He makes sure that, like, I'm good for, like, I'm always going to be entitled to, like, the 50% publishing, right,
Have you ever run into a situation where, like, you send a beat, and then the rapper's like, all right, I want it, but I don't want to do the contract, but you still want that look. That's the thing.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That's how the game kind of gets a little tricky.
Yeah,
so-
well, usually like with like bigger artists, like they're more like they also want to protect themselves, right? Because like if they make that song go big, they don't want to have any issues
Yeah,
like with the
lawsuits,
producer
okay.
either, you know?
For sure.
Because a lot of producers actually like can end up getting the upper hand in those kind of situations
Yeah.
as well. You know what I mean?
Word. That's just,
But yeah,
anybody in the city you look forward to working with, like outside, like right now. I know you're doing other things outside the city, but like
yeah.
in Toronto, like who have you not worked with?
Patrick's we're trying to get him to work with Tory Lanez right now.
Word.
I like gotta connect with his manager and trying to get him some placements, with Tory.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
would be huge.
That'd be dope. Yeah.
You sound like how did you like? So you didn't grow up playing piano and all that stuff.
No.
You just
Kind
kind
of
of
a bit of piano, no? Like just like
I just kind of fucked around like
yeah.
on
Yeah.
the piano, you know.
learned on the fly.
When he started
Yeah.
making beats, he wasn't like I've never touched an instrument in my life. I'm pretty sure you had like a little
Yeah,
bit
it's
of
just
music theory.
there was musical like
Yeah, there was music
yeah.
theory already there, so it was easier for him to fucking do it. Right?
Yeah, I was never like a master at no like instruments and stuff, but
Yeah.
like I was always going up around people playing instruments and stuff, so I got a feel for the music and stuff, you know.
Yeah. Mac,
Yo.
what's some things you got coming for 2018?
I feel like the first year of our blog was kind of like laying the foundation because we didn't like when we started, we didn't really know. It's like Gary, Gary V.
Yeah.
So it's like when you start something, you don't really know the projection you're going on until you start doing things. So once I started to do things in the city, I started to notice that interviews were a big thing and music videos were a big thing. Yeah. So we're now going into 2018. We just shot the Moving That Bag video with Goods and Portion. If you guys have saw that,
Oh,
go
yeah,
turn.
actually, I like that song.
It's a fucking dope song,
Yeah.
bro.
Oh,
Yeah,
you shot that video?
Yeah, me and Kevin Roberts shot that,
Okay,
and then my brother edited it with me. And but yeah, man, we so this year we want to start just doing interviews and different shit, man. Like shows, exclusive fucking footage. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
One thing we're not trying to do is get into the dumb street shit, like the politics and posting
Stay away
fight
from the
videos
politics.
and like one guy's at a pizza getting kicked out on video.
All right. Since we're doing this now.
Yeah.
No, I'm just fucking
Nah,
with you.
First thing, how I first got in contact with you or like got wind of who you were was from something just like that, like your famous rant. What was that about, man? Your rant against Six
Oh,
Flags.
when Six Flags
The
posted me on,
Macadelic rant.
Yeah.
About Six Wars. Nah, man, I was just like,
man.
okay, so I follow Six Wars, right? Like,
Yeah.
I'm actually a fan of their shit, and I watch their stuff. Like,
Shout out to Goggles, man.
shout out to Goggles, right? But then one day I started noticing that their content was all the same. Like me, and like I thought I was just speaking for people in general because when that shit came out, a lot of people agreed with me, right? So I was just kind of like, and might have been on some substances that made me want to,
Sure, it looked like that.
rant a little
But,
bit,
okay,
But I was like, you know what? Like, and then you know what? I noticed a couple weeks later, he kind of, I don't know if he fucking heard my shit. I'm sure he did, or he didn't want to acknowledge it. But their content changed up because if you went on his page before I did that, it was just Casper, Killy, Pressa, Robin Banks, over
Top
and over
five.
and over again. Just those same guys, right?
Okay, but why is that your complaint?
What do you mean?
I feel like that's the part where it's like he's covering who he's covering, right?
Yeah.
Why did
Oh,
you-
he's got his favorites for sure.
No, but that's what I'm trying to say. But why didn't you use that avenue? Like, all right, he's not covering these guys. You could have been covering those guys that weren't.
Oh,
getting
I'm
covered.
trying to.
No, but
I don't have the platform he does. That's the thing.
No, but that's what you start. He started the platform. You couldn't for you to tell him how he's using his platform out. You know? Nobody can tell you how you're using your platform.
No, but you know what? If somebody told me to change up my thing, you know what I mean? I'd listen to it and be like, you know what? That's something to take into consideration because you sometimes need somebody on the outside looking in to tell you about what you're doing, right? Because you might be tunnel vision working on your shit. Because I know I have my favorites, you know what I mean, that I work with. Obviously, people know that. Like on my blog and stuff, you see the guys who really fuck with me.
Yeah, yeah.
And like I'm trying to expand and bring guys that need the exposure in, right? Like guys that might not have the fucking views and stuff, right? So I was just like, you know what? Shout out some guys that really need the views, you know what I mean? Like that was my whole point about it, right? Obviously, it blew up
I
way
just think,
bigger
man,
than I thought. I was
I
like,
just
oh,
feel like,
fuck.
yo, man, we just need as many outlets as we got, man. So like, instead of tearing each other down, like we should just keep adding more. You know?
Yeah, yeah.
Because that like, I don't know. That was just random, bro. Like, you know what I mean? A lot of people agree with you, yeah, but a lot of people are haters too. You know, so people
for
people,
sure.
Some people just don't like him for just
Hey,
saying
man,
they don't
if
like
you-
him. You know what I mean?
If you get
Yeah.
into this thing where you speak your opinion, dude, there's gonna be people that don't like you.
Yeah,
that's just a
facts.
part of facts, bro. Like that's just life. Like so, You either fucking take it or you don't. I don't know. Like,
Nah, man, but definitely, man. So shout out to Six Wars. Shout out to all the platforms.
yeah, man.
doing
Shout
that
out to
shit.
Six Wars, man. Like, I actually fuck
Shout
with
out
their
to Six
shit.
Buzz,
Like, you know,
what I mean?
Six Buzz too,
Yeah,
man.
6 Buzz.
There's a lot of guys. Toronto Wave 123. Shout out Toronto
Yeah,
Wave.
shout
I
out
want to
Toronto
say that
rappers,
guy.
all of them.
Yeah, man.
We need them all. But
For sure.
speaking of the platforms, what did you think of the Puffy L's verse? Not, it wasn't really Puffy L's verse. What do you think of the Flip Watson diss track that we dissed Puffy L? Did you hear it?
No, I didn't hear that one.
You didn't hear the?
Nah. Is that about the Robba one?
Yeah, you never listened?
Okay, I think I heard that once on YouTube, but I didn't really take too much into that one.
You
So
never
what?
heard
The
that
guy,
shit?
he was dissing Puffy about the Robba song with Moji, right?
Yeah.
But what was it about?
You never heard the song?
Nah. Just dissing.
Yeah,
It's about
he
ghostwriting or
dissed
something?
them about he didn't like their track. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, but that song is dope. Okay, so shout out Black Rob because that shit is fucking dope. The fact that they took an old song and made it kind of new, and because nobody nowadays is thinking of that shit. So I thought that was kind of revolutionary that they went and took an older, like iconic track. You know, what was the song called? Like, whoa.
yeah. Whoa.
That song was huge, bro. Like that song was huge. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
yeah, I
for them to
remember
take
that.
that beat and kind of throw their Halal Gang kind of flip on it, I thought that shit was dope. Like that shit was dope.
So, but you never listened to you never saw it on Instagram. You never saw the preview.
Nah, not really. I never took that one in too much. The diss track towards them? Nah, I never.
Well,
I never saw.
that diss track was there, man. I felt like I feel like the outlets out here in the city didn't cover it. I feel like the favoritism isn't cool.
There's a lot of favoritism, man.
No, but I feel like just because somebody's bigger than another person, you're kind of killing the whole scene by, all right, you know what? I want to stay in favor with so and so.
Right.
So a lot of people didn't cover it. You know what I
Right.
mean? I felt that this track was cool. I don't know if Puffy had to respond to it. You know what I mean? It wasn't warranted to respond, but I felt it was good for the scene. It had people talking. You know what I mean? So it was something good. But
Yeah.
I feel like when situations like that come, I feel like it doesn't matter the level of the artist. I feel like we gotta all cover it.
For sure. That's something I probably slipped on, you know. I should have
sure you
definitely
saw
covered
it.
it, you know.
Yeah.
I think I
I'm
saw
sure
it.
you
I
saw
just
it. It was impossible not to see it. Like,
yeah.
it
I
was-
think I saw it because Six Wars made a video about
You
that,
had to
right?
have seen it because it was the whole time. It was people was talking about it, like, you know what I mean. So you had to have seen it.
Yeah, because I saw that one that the
It was
guy
that
made.
Toronto 1 Wave. It was on there. So
It
you
was
had
on
to have
there,
seen
right?
it.
I must have seen it. I know what you're talking about. I just didn't really like take it in like
But
that.
I just
you
feel
know?
like, yo, when situations like that, I feel like we should all just cover everything so we can help. Because if we continue to play that favoritism game, then when somebody else, let's say Puffy L gets into it, somebody bigger than him, and he drops you this track, you're not gonna cover it because you don't want to step on the other person's toes. But see,
For
you know,
sure.
if you're the media, be the media. You know what I mean? Type shit.
Yeah, man.
Yo, I feel like Toronto like is like against each other.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean?
Think so?
Yeah, I feel like
Yes
a
and
lot of
no.
Toronto. Yeah, like I feel like a lot of Toronto is like against each other in a way. Like there's also like people that are together, you know, helping each other. But like I feel like there's a lot of people that also like show a lot of like fake love, you know, no specific people and stuff, but like
Yeah.
just like there's people in general like I appreciate like when people like show that they
They fuck with your beats, or like
Yeah.
they fuck with your music. You like
It's
your
like
sound.
genuine.
no like not even that, like people like will actually want to like work together to like get somewhere like as a like by working together, you know what
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Like in
Oh,
Atlanta,
okay.
like in Atlanta, it's really big over there.
Okay,
like,
no,
you know?
for sure, exactly. Like Metro Boomin will work with Zaytoven and all that. See, the difference is like I guess maybe what you're trying to say, like on a producer level. But that's where like pride comes in. Maybe you know somebody feels that they got a name, they got a couple.
Yeah.
they've done a couple things, and like I don't want to pull this guy. up.
Exactly, you
what I
know?
mean? And that's
People
that's
fall
the
off,
crabs
though,
in-
you know
that's
what I
the
mean?
crabs in the barrel. That's the crabs in the barrel mentality that it's always gonna be there. You know what I mean? Because they want to see. All right, let's see if he can do something that we can work together. But
Yeah.
that's slowing the culture down too. You know what I mean?
For
But
sure. No, 100%.
People are like for themselves right now, you know?
yeah, like you know, I'll keep it real. You'll see some rappers and a lot. You go on Instagram comments and you'll be like, you'll go through Casper's page or Pressa or somebody who's much bigger. You know what I mean? And you'll see rappers like, yo, check the M. You know what I mean? They want to get that feature, but
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like, you know, the other rappers probably looking like,
Why would I work with this guy?
Yeah, it's not even for just rappers too. It's producers as
Too,
well.
yeah. Nah,
you know,
it's
a
the
lot of
game,
producers
it's
like
everything.
yeah, a lot of producers will get like start getting some big hits and stuff, and like they'll like ignore people. Yeah,
Yeah, man, that's
you know.
just what it is, bro. Like
I try to work with like people who
People
who
gotta
like I
check their
actually
ego
like, you know,
sometime, you know?
yeah,
like
you gotta.
if
you
I
got-
hear someone's music or beats or like something like that, if I like your music, then like I like it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Then I'd be down to work. Obviously, if I see your music and in my head it's honestly like it needs some work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then I won't like want to waste too much time on like working on stuff like that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But if I see people that
No,
actually have
potential, no, if you see
potential, yeah,
that you guys
definitely.
can build together and
exactly.
that's facts.
You know?
That's proper, man. That's a good way to look at things. So speaking of that, so you in the city, you don't see anybody you could see floating on one of your beats right now? Like,
Oh, there's tons
Yeah.
of artists. Yeah.
who could you see on one of his beats, Mac?
We're
That hasn't graced one right now.
So there's a track coming out with All Me. That's fucking fire.
That's your boy, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we got a little
And Twy too.
we got a
Twy.
little album coming out. You know?
Oh yeah, so yeah, you're gonna do one of those like
Yeah.
Producer tape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like we didn't take more of an album approach to it. Like that's what we kind of want to do, but
as far
You
as
know?
what do you mean take an album approach?
like get all the proper paperwork done.
Have
You know
a
what I
hard
mean?
copy.
Hard copy, yeah.
Yeah, just have everything the right, right
Publishing,
steps.
everything,
Yeah,
okay.
right publishing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just try to get everybody on that. You know, just make it a big.
It's not gonna be.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be a producer tape from Toronto. It's gonna be
Yeah, it's
Oh,
gonna
Patrick Carmelo's
Present.
brand tape. So it's gonna.
Yeah,
be
it's gonna be
his
like
tracks with Kevin. It's gonna be his shit with other guys
Oh,
in
you
the
have other
states.
stuff that people haven't heard, that aren't
Oh,
released yet.
I got lots
He's
of
got
music.
fire in the fucking.
Yeah, lots of music. We're gonna
Yeah,
shoot
lots of
music
shit
videos.
So how do you
So good.
people in the city? Definitely, people in the city are starting to definitely know your name. So how do you get more awareness? What's you guys plan?
Sorry, say that again.
What's the plan to bring more awareness?
Branch
to this?
him out?
Yeah, so when is there a date for this, or you guys are like?
You know what? There's no date
Yeah,
yet.
no specific date.
We're
Yeah.
we're gonna organically collect the songs until we have a good enough.
We don't wanna rush
project.
it.
Yeah, for sure. And once the body of work is there, we're gonna narrow it down and
Get
probably.
it- yeah.
We were thinking of putting out like a 15 track album.
We're gonna get it
something.
all mixed properly. You know, like we're gonna get all the files from all the songs and just get like our engineer to mix it down and like make it all like sound.
Have the proper artwork.
Yeah,
and,
flow well together.
We're gonna
as
drop a
one.
couple singles with videos too. He's got a big track with Boogs. I don't really want to say the name yet, but
Yeah.
that track is fucking super fucking hard, bro. It's
Yeah,
super
yeah.
fire. So that one's gonna be good. We're gonna try and shoot a video for. There's a couple more, bro. That's
Banks.
yeah. Got one with Robin
Yeah.
and stuff.
Okay.
And yeah.
Yeah.
A recent Robin track or like he?
Yeah, it's
Pretty
recent.
recent. Yeah, I'd say after his accident.
Yeah, after yeah.
Yeah.
And it's pretty hard. I'd say yeah. It's
Yeah.
pretty.
Any like what's the concept? Is it like a
Uh,
party track or is it like a pain track?
She answered this one.
So
Who's on it? Like we're talking about the Robin track.
the album.
The track that.
The Robin track.
Yeah, the UTM track.
Who's on it? You probably know more like who's on it than I do.
Tall Up Twins are on it. Burna's on it. And that's it, right? Tall Up Twins, Burna, Robin. Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah, there's one more person.
Zeph. I don't know.
I don't even know who.
I forgot. I think that's it. I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah,
but
there's
it's
a
already
couple
it's
other
already
people on
recorded.
this.
It's a fucking big track. It's dope.
Yeah, it's a banger. You're asking if it's like more of like a party
or
track?
Pain track. You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah.
Is it like I'm TT right now, or is it like a Save Me?
No, it's definitely not TT right now, and it's not
towards
Save Me.
Save
either.
Me.
It's like in the middle.
Yeah, it's in the middle.
know?
It's something you could turn up to, but it's also something you can really feel. You know, because
Yeah,
Shout out to
yeah.
Robin. Robin's pen game is nice, man.
dude, Robin
Yeah,
Banks
yeah.
is one of the best artists in the city. Straight up.
Yeah, facts.
Straight up. And he's such a good person. Like when I met
Very
him,
sick.
he was the most humble person
He's
in the
down to
world.
earth.
He treats everybody the same. He's just a good person, you know? Like I just have good things to say about him. That's it.
Yeah, nothing bad to say about
I
him.
wish him
Yeah.
the best, man. He's definitely one of the most talented.
And he
guys.
will be back and he's gonna take over the shit. Watch.
Yeah, he's gonna be back.
That's what's up. Speaking of, since we spoke about what you guys are doing, let's talk about some Toronto shit. What's going on? in
Yeah,
the
man.
scene.
Let's get it.
Who's some people you're listening to right now that you think that can do something this year?
Biz Loke is one guy that's gonna be big this year. He's getting buzz right now, you know, because at the
Yeah.
beginning, this time last year, I didn't hear about him. And
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, I'm
Yeah,
sure
yeah.
people were talking about him in the streets, but now, come this time, he's one of the biggest artists in Toronto that
Yeah,
people are
yeah.
looking at right now. So
D-Boy?
for a buzz. D-Boy Bennett is another guy.
Yeah.
Saga?
He's from Saga.
Dutch Revs.
Dutch Revs is dope.
Yeah.
I just met him through him. You know what? I'm sure you guys have heard of Sazy before. He's been around for a long time.
Like,
But
does he kind of like do like that Dragon Ball Z rap or some shit?
yeah, that's his thing, you know. But he's
Yeah.
actually he just dropped a song called Mac 10, and
It's hard.
it's hard, bro. It's on the new Spotify playlist. I think it's Northern Bars. I forget the playlist, but it's doing numbers and stuff. And he is one of the artists that he's reinventing himself, and he'll be. I'm telling you, by this time next year, he'll be one of the bigger artists in Toronto that people will be talking about.
What do you think of Northside Benji?
I think he's super dope, man. He's got a super good wave, you know.
I think the city gets behind him the way they're supposed to, man. He's
Man.
nice.
He had that one song. So he dropped a song. I forget the name of the song, but he dropped the second song after called Confessions.
Yeah.
That shit really got
Yeah,
me on,
yeah,
bro. I was
yeah.
like, holy fuck. Like,
They had the Left Hollywood.
Left Hollywood was the
Yeah.
one. Sorry. My bad.
Then he did
So many
Confessions.
fucking songs, bro. I need to
He's-
keep them all in.
He's nice, man. As far as like, I don't think a lot. I don't know if a lot of people are paying attention. Like, Toronto music, like we have different types. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
we
man.
got the
Yeah,
wave
yeah.
music.
We're
and then we got the
multicultural,
bops.
right? So-
yeah, you know. But he's lyrically tearing up these tracks. You know? what I
Yeah,
mean?
man.
So shout out to Benji.
And he did the freestyle with Charlie Sloth,
Yeah,
and
that
I think that was in
Fire
the
Booth,
UK, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Fire in the booth.
UK, Fire in the booth. Yeah, yeah.
Crazy, bro.
Yeah.
When you do that shit and you're a Toronto underground artist, you're doing something big, man. So salute to Northside Benji.
Another person I had to shout out, man. I don't know if like Hoodlum.
Hoodlum.
No, his tape. Yo,
He just dropped a new tape, no?
Yo, his Tales of a Toronto Hoodlum is a hard tape.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know if people are listening.
I haven't listened to it yet, but
Bro.
I've seen it blowing up online and shit.
Man,
Yeah.
it's
Hoodlum's nice, man. I'd love to interview that guy, man.
that tape is fire, man. Every track he's giving pain, telling stories, man. I didn't know he had it like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I used to listen to Hoodlum back in the day. You know what I mean?
Because
Where-
he's one of the guys that's been around for a minute,
yeah,
right?
yeah. But then he went to jail, and then
Yeah.
like he was one of the guys with the Y, like him and Shine. Like, they just had these old tracks back in the day. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But when he came out, the buzz wasn't really the same and all that. So, because I guess the scene had changed. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Him, Ronnie, and all those guys not the same.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like Ronnie now, man.
Ronnie's
He's just
out
coming
now,
out.
and it's
Yeah.
like,
His
yeah.
his
I s-
music is the times have changed, so his music's got to change a little bit too.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
for sure.
He definitely kept up with it though, you know. He
Oh,
definitely kept up with like
Oh, you've heard some new stuff?
how things are progressing, like you know,
Who, Ronnie?
while he was away. But
Ronnie?
yeah, like
you heard some new stuff?
no, I never heard anything new, but like I've been like working kind of with like his like manager type person, sending
Okay.
some stuff for him, you know. So like
Okay.
I sent him some beats and stuff, and he hit me back, said like what I sent was heard, you know.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens, you know. I don't
Exactly.
know.
As long as the production is up to date, then I guess
Yeah,
the artists will find their way back into it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
If
yeah.
you're if you're looking for primo sounds and shit.
we actually had a song like a long time ago. Like he was actually one of my first placements. Like
word.
yeah, like I can't even remember what the song was called now, but like yeah, I remember he got on it like back when like he was like everyone was listening to him in Toronto, you know. Like
Yeah,
he's one of the biggest artists in Toronto.
Yeah.
You know, he's hard. Like he's one of the best lyrically that I can think of out of Toronto. You know,
Yeah. I never.
if not the best.
I know he could rap. I never got into it like that. The flow was a little too animated for me. Like I knew there was
Yeah,
bars
yeah.
there, but definitely I know he can
Yeah,
rap.
he goes hard.
For sure.
He goes hard.
I know
lyrically,
exactly
for
what
sure.
you're saying.
Yeah.
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 What else is here? I can see Killy on one of your beats.
Killy
Yeah.
would be crazy
That'd
on
be sick,
Patrick's
yeah,
beat,
yeah,
bro.
yeah.
Have you guys haven't found a way to get that placement?
Nah, not yet.
Well, I hit up like his producer, London's here. Hit
Yeah.
me. You know, so maybe we'll make some stuff for him through him like together.
Mm-hmm.
But,
Yo, bro, did you
you
see
know?
Lil Xan on No Jumper the other day?
Yeah.
Calling out Killy and shit
about the video.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that was Del Rosario that made that ending. You know what I mean? Like the
Yeah,
credits,
yeah,
it was
yeah.
Del Rosario that made that. It's funny because
No, but I guess he kind of had a point too, right?
he did have a point. It was very similar, but
it is. No, I'm saying that it is like a movie. A lot of movies end like that.
a lot of movies do
you've
end like
seen
that.
yeah. So
for
it's
sure.
like,
I was gonna say
you
like
know what
it's
I mean?
a very
I
common,
guess Kitty meant it because they're both like in that new style of.
and they're both underground, right?
Yeah,
Like they
yeah.
both did the No Jumper shit, right? So it's like,
Right.
because I saw Adam 22 as soon as he was like, "Yo, fuck Killy," and so like that's what Xan said.
Yeah, yeah.
You can see Adam be like, "Hold on a second, because that's
Yeah,
his guy
yeah.
too." You know what I mean? It's like, wait, you know.
Um,
But yeah, shout out to Killy. Killy's dope.
Speaking of Lil Xan,
Yeah.
Xans, what's up, man?
What's up, bro?
Oh,
Yo,
man.
I'm just a living Xanax.
This guy's a Zen.
Nah, man.
Not even a human.
Yeah, it was,
Because I was talking to you. We was talking about like the Fredo Santana and like how
yeah,
he
man.
passed.
Rest in
R.I.P. to
peace.
Fredo and R.I.P. to Lil Peep.
You know,
Yeah, he had a huge influence on me too. Fredo, yeah.
Fredo. Me, yo, that 2011, 2012, Chief Keef, nobody can
Young
tell.
Chop.
Finally Rich is a classic.
Such a classic,
album.
bro. Such a classic.
album.
It's one of my favorite
Yeah,
albums
yeah.
ever, bro.
Nah, that shit is hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It has a nostalgia feel. Bring me
You-
back to a time.
You said
when I was
Finally Rich?
Yeah, man.
Finally
Yeah,
Rich.
Yeah, it
yeah.
reminds me of the. I remember
Definitely.
exactly. I was sitting beside my boy
Yeah, I
Bundles.
remember where I was too.
I remember exactly where I was, bro. It was so
Yeah, I
fire.
remember.
Like,
So yeah, we was talking about the lean addiction. You know what I mean? And you was like, you did lean like at a couple times,
yeah, here or there.
but Xannies were your thing.
Zans and like perks, pretty much.
Yo, so
Like
what-
I went to rehab for it, right?
Yeah.
So I tried to get clean because
So-
it's a problem, man. It's, you know.
What do you think it is that? Why do a lot of people turn to these things? You know what I mean? As far as I know, a lot of people like to party with these drugs and shit like that. But like, why is it like?
Mental illness is the big thing. It's a way for so our generation we need a way to self-medicate. Like everybody has a way to
from what?
self-medicate, right? Whether it be a hard day at work, a hard day at school, getting bullied, there's something that you want to take your mind off that. Now, some people have healthy ways of doing it, like playing fucking hockey and working out and listening to music. Other people do it the wrong way,
No,
which
but
is you
like,
abuse
like
drugs
you said,
and alcohol.
You said our generation needs self-medicate. But what's the difference between our generation and other generations as to why we have to self-medicate?
I feel like since the beginning of humankind, we've been medicating on whatever it is. It's just I don't know, man. It's just as times change. Like it's like in the '80s, like the drugs are different, right? Like nowadays, I don't know, man. It's just like the benzos are big now. The opiates are big. You know, like
Yeah.
the lean is big amongst the kids because it pretty much makes you black out. It makes you forget everything, right? So it's.
How did you get into it?
I went through some. Like I always partied, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah, the
I always had
party
my
scene.
shit together, you know what I mean? And like I knew a lot of people in high school, you know, and then it became a problem. Like I had a really bad breakup, and then it kind of went downhill there.
But like, who
and
told you that? Like, okay, what? Like, who told you that that's the way to go? Like,
oh, and bro, nobody was really like, yo, use drugs, and that's you'll
well, that's
forget
what-
about
yeah.
shit.
Who would like? Cause yo,
It kind of just progresses, man. Like you know, like I tried one thing one day, and I was like, yo,
What was the first thing you tried?
drug ever?
Yeah.
Well, weed. Like,
Yeah,
but
okay,
like the
weed.
first
Like
like hard
every-
drug,
almost
first hard
everybody's,
drug,
yeah.
fuck like shrooms,
Okay.
grade 11 or some shit.
Yeah.
Or like grade 10. But yeah, like the Molly was big when I was in high school. Like all my friends were on Molly.
Yeah.
Then after high school, the Molly starts to go away, and then it becomes like fucking blow and like the fucking lean.
Well,
And
that's what I'm trying to say. So, is this all self-medication? Or are you just partying? Like, are you just partying? So
you know what? It's a party thing at first. It's a social thing. You know what I mean? Because like yo, where I'm from, everybody waits for the weekend, bro. Everybody's like, I'm just trying to turn up for the Friday, Saturday, right? And that was my mentality for a long time. And then I was like, you know what?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
let's do something different with our shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then it became one of those things where it was just a self-medication thing, man, where you'd have anxiety or whatever, and it's like, yeah, I can't handle this shit. You want to cut it out, which is the wrong way to do it, man. You know what I mean? And then it snowballs into something that's so bad,
Yeah.
and you're like, you know, I'm smart enough to know that it's like what I was doing was fucking horrible for myself because it fucks up your relationships, it fucks up your work. When you're working in the music scene, bro, you got to be on your shit 24/7. I'm sure you know that, bro. When somebody calls you, you know what I mean? Like you're in this shit, right?
Yeah.
And like I was flaking on people and doing weird shit. And I was like, you know what, this has got to stop, man. So I checked myself into a detox and got clean, and
That's
here
what's
I
up,
am.
man. I just think, yo, like, I think we gotta slow down. I see like a lot of the rappers, a lot of people, like even in the city, like doing mad drugs. I'm just like,
I know, man, it's crazy.
you know what I mean? And I'm wondering if they know the actual effects of what's happening. You know what I mean? So like, that's kind of crazy.
And yo, man, I want to say like one thing is like,
Okay, but I want to ask you one thing.
Yeah.
As far as the lean situation, like, did you use your cop lean out here?
like in Mississauga,
Yeah, no,
it'd be in the
no,
East End.
whatever. But is it really lean?
Nah, man.
It's
Okay,
because
you might get
you can
real
even hear
lean.
YG saying, what did
Yeah,
YG say on
yeah.
that Money Music track? He said some shit like, niggas in my city drinking fake lean, robo testing mixed with Xannies.
Yeah, Robert. Yeah.
So it's like, 'cause I think they said they've been said that activists got cut out, like they stopped selling.
Activist was discontinued in
Been
like
gone.
What are these niggas
2013.
drinking?
A whole lot of mix of shit, bro. So there
Trash.
is real
But they
lean you
know-
can
They
get.
know that it's not lean.
A lot of guys know 'em, bro. And like there's fucking accounts, bro, called like Fake Lean Buster that'll like literally shout out people that are trying to flex on the gram with like with fake lean, right? But like obviously you can get like hydrocodone syrup from a doctor, and like you can go to your grandma's house and find an old bottle, and that shit does happen.
Mm-hmm.
But the people that are really using it every day, I'm telling you, you're not drinking real lean every day. You're
Yeah.
not. Like it's
NyQuil.
Robitussin,
Robitussin,
bro.
bro.
It's shit like that, man. Like it's
Word.
like like you're getting a
Trash.
whole
We gotta-
concoction of shit, or you're getting just pure corn syrup, so you're not even like it looks like it's purple in a bottle and it's all like slow and shit,
Yeah,
but it really has no
Yeah, I
drug
actually saw
value
that.
at all.
Yeah,
it's just
yeah,
like
yeah.
corn syrup.
It's like a
So it's
placebo. You're not even really.
yeah, it's a
getting
placebo
high.
effect. You're
telling
like, ooh,
yourself.
look at me, like, you know, and then you drink it and you're like,
It's more like people love just like
it's the aesthetic.
holding
bro,
a
to
cup.
Be, yeah, to be able to be like,
Yeah.
I got lean in my cup and like
We
swish
gotta
it
do
around.
better,
like-
man.
I know, like yeah,
The look.
yeah.
Yeah, man. See, some people do drugs to be cool, and some people do drugs to really get out of their mental space,
Yeah.
right? And that's where I was, bro. I couldn't handle just being like in my shit, right?
So you stumbled off of drugs into the Toronto music scene.
Pretty much, you know.
You know what I mean? So what's next for both of you guys, man? Like,
Right now, we're focusing on Patrick, working on just making new connections.
you have any tracks with Pressa?
No checks with Pressa, no.
Pressa
Like
could-
I
Pressa could
talked to
flow
him
on your
before,
beats
like a
too.
long time
Pressa
ago.
would
but-
be good on one of
Pressa
his
would
beats,
flow
eh?
on one of his beats.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for
man.
sure, yeah.
One guy I want to get on his beats is Syph. I
Syph.
feel like Patrick and Syph would make a dope track.
Yeah, Syph's melodic. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yo, I want to ask you actually. I have a couple questions for you.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's reverse the interview for a sec, you know?
Do this.
So what do you think was what was the track of 2017 for you?
Griselda Blanco was definitely.
That was your
27.
pick?
That was definitely Come Outside is like definitely right there.
Yep.
But Griselda Blanco just had a different feel, man. Like
I
it
know,
just-
it was such a-
the whole city was just. It's just man, that represents Toronto. Like you know what I mean. I feel like that's the perfect representation of Toronto right there.
For sure.
Yeah, that was my track.
Sick.
What about Kilimanjaro? Or like Canada Goose? I know Canada Goose was kind of late.
Canada Goose was.
It was late,
hard.
right?
Canada Goose was hard. Kilimanjaro, yeah, that was hard too. I fuck with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I fuck with that.
See, my favorite track was, because I'm biased, is That's a No-Go. Just because I was with Robin when
Yeah,
the day
yeah,
we
yeah.
shot it, and then he got shot that night, and like that.
Yeah.
So that one like sits home for me, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, that's when he shot it that
Like
night.
it was like a 2-weekend shoot, so we shot half of it in a photo studio in Mississauga, and then the next weekend we met up again and we shot the rest on a rooftop. That was at like 10 in the morning. I remember Robin showed up late. We were all like waiting around. We were like, yo, Robin's not gonna show up.
Yeah.
Then he showed up. We're like, all right, sick. Shot the video, did a couple shots, and then we walked around the city for a while. And we did a couple shoots, and then he was going to a club that night. Me and my boy went home, and then
That was
he
the same
went to
night, right?
Same night he went to Cameo, and then I got a call
Yeah.
from his assistant Daisy, and she told me they got shot like the next morning.
Yeah, man, nah, man. Oh, that's no goes are hard tracks. That's
Yeah,
a hard
Robin,
track.
Robin, like back when I was partying a lot, like back in the day, like Robin Banks, like he was like I was always bumping his tracks like back then, you know,
Yeah.
like his turn up shit was like that was like you know,
Yeah.
Yeah, 2015
That was
Robin
the
was
shit.
like the
He
shit,
went
bro.
like Up Next and all
the song
that.
you guys made together was Xanax.
Xanax,
right? So
yeah,
it makes
that's
sense,
it.
right?
Yeah.
So crazy. Is that like
Yeah,
a
man.
Xanax Hennessy
Yeah, yeah,
reference?
yeah,
Okay,
I would
okay.
assume.
Yeah, me and Cash Money AP made
Yeah,
that beat
yeah.
actually. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's my bro, yeah.
Soul Fire. Cash Money's crazy.
Word, eh? Like,
yeah.
you fuck
Shouts
with
out Cash Money AP. Shouts out Hollywood Bangers. You know.
him. You guys just link up online? Like, how did you guys? He heard your stuff and he's like, I like your shit. Like, how does that work? Like,
Honestly, I don't even remember it. Like,
yeah.
just from YouTube, like stuff. Like I was more like serious into YouTube like a couple years ago, but I kind of stopped
Oh, you
with
should
it.
put the beats on YouTube, like
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Yeah,
Nat-
you'd put
Nat
up like
used to do
type
that.
beats and
Yeah,
shit
yeah,
like
yeah.
that just to
But
get his shit out there, right?
I kind of stopped with it like a little bit. I don't know. Maybe I should have kept going, but like I like to kind of like get in the studio with artists and
Oh,
work
that,
like
is that what you
but
do? Because a lot of artists just send get the beats sent.
I rather like actually be with the artist in the studio.
Yeah.
But,
Like he cooks up organically. Like he'll
Yeah.
sit there
Okay.
with
like
the
I
band,
like to I really like to like meet up in the studio and work. You know, so, like I'll send out when I can if like obviously we can't meet up, but
yeah.
but YouTube was like there's money in YouTube.
Oh,
Like people don't even understand like
For sure.
for type beat. A lot of people are hating on type beat producers, but like.
yeah.
I hate
Like go
on
like
type beat.
get vidIQ, go get vidIQ, and then go to their channels and look.
What's vidIQ?
You can just like see like how much like revenue
your
is it per
analytics
month, you
and all
know,
that
like
shit.
the analytics. But
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
for the
it's like not even for that. That's just for views and stuff too. But like
Okay.
per sales and stuff, you get like a beat website and just connect properly. There's money there, you know.
Word. Oh man. Who's some guys you think are underrated in the city, man?
Goods.
Goods?
Yeah, and Crooked Letter Scheme. Super underrated. Super underrated. Those guys are fire. Yeah, man. And I want to shout out
Underrated.
Smalls too because that's the whole OTB camp. I don't know if you know OTB, Only Talking Bankrolls.
I know who Goods is. I know who Crooked Letter Schemes are. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't know they're in like a little group.
They're like a collective kind of thing. They're from Scarborough, and
Yeah,
like
yeah.
those guys are dope. I work with them. They're really good. Who else? D-Boy Bennett, man.
You said that right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, you
yeah,
know,
yeah.
you know who,
Yeah,
you know
out
who's,
there.
you know. I see. I keep recycling my fucking artists, but
Yeah.
Mackay. Do you know who Mackay is?
Does he sing? No.
Sings and raps, and he does
He
this
from
auto
downtown? Like,
I want to say he's from Scarborough,
Okay,
but
no,
I might be wrong. So
I
I'm
don't
sorry
know.
if that's wrong, Mackay. But
Yeah,
yeah,
all me too.
yeah, on me. Like, but like,
Yeah.
so I want to shout out Achieve Dream Studio. It's in Scarborough.
Yeah.
Sammy Sosa.
Shout out
mixed,
Webb and Sammy.
Yeah, mixed by Sosa. He works with all the fucking hottest artists right now. I go there, I take pictures of them and shit. And usually when I go there, they're fucking cooking up something fire. And it's always the guys like it'll be Goods there.
Gilla.
Gilla will be there.
Yeah.
Like a lot of
Yeah.
pretty good predominant names, you know.
Okay.
Like Baca recorded like his first tracks there at Achieve
Did you do
Dreams.
Live Up to
Yeah.
Money in there?
No, I don't. No, I don't think so. I'm not sure.
Oh.
I'm not sure
Word.
where he did that. But
Yeah.
Oh, you're from Scarborough too, right?
Yeah, yeah.
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 I'm from the East End, like past Scarborough. Grew up in grew up in Pickering.
All right, man. So fuck, man. You guys leave the people with your social medias and all your other shit, man.
Yeah, man. You
Yeah.
can follow me at Macadelic with 2 C's. Also follow the blog Basement Worldwide.
yeah. Patrick Carmelo.
Carmelo on
Patrick
the
Carmelo,
Patrick
yeah.
Carmelon. Because
Carmelo.
he's shaped like a melon.
Shout out D Boy. Shout out D Boy for the
Shout out
nickname.
D-Boy Bennett.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. So yo, thank y'all for tuning in.
Yeah, man. Thank
Thanks
you.
for having
Y'all
us.
coming through. And yeah, man. It's your boy Ease. It's too real.